we go, here we go, here we go. Let's do it. What is going on? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Scott always says, and thank you guys for tuning in. We got a full house tonight. Let me take that comment down. Anyway, as you can see, let's just address this. We have a Patreon ticker on the bottom of the screen now. I thought it was a great idea since I have been going live a lot more recently and less videos, so less shout outs for the Patreons. And I'm going to give him a shout out. Jeff Wallace kind of pushed this idea to happen, but it was my idea, and you know what? I got to give my Patrons a shout out. As you can see on the bottom screen, I think that is so cool to do for you guys and for anyone else that wants to join the team. But everyone, thank you for tuning in, and tonight we're going to talk about your first kicker build. I know some of you may not have always, or just never had a kicker. Totally understand that. Maybe I can change your mind. But either way, I want to hear your stories about what kind of kicker builds that you had or still have. I'll get to mine in a little bit, but let's just do some housekeeping and say what's up to everybody. I know we got Baba and Bobby, and we got 25 up in here. We got Blake. What's going on, Blake? Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. RGA is going to go ride his trike while it's nice out. Listen, man, I feel the same. If my bike was running, I probably would be running it this weekend too, but I got to get my build done. Thanks for tuning in, man. Eric Cox, thanks for tuning in. I started this comment. I currently have a Kicker ZX 1000 amplifier for my personal use. I never had the ZX amplifiers. I think that's from 2006 to 2008, around then. Awesome amplifiers, man. That is awesome. We got Stu. What's going on, Stu? Thanks for tuning in, man. El Fuego, my favorite Friday show. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Can't wait to see your content as well, dude. It's gonna be awesome. All right, let's see. SJC in the house. What's going on, buddy? This is my dude. It helps me out with my computer. Thank you so much, buddy. Seems like it's running good so far. We're going to put it through the gamut in future videos, but right now it seems like it's okay. I'm not even going to look at that CPU usage. As long as it sounds good, that's all that matters. Who cares about that voltage drop, right? Clipping, man, it don't matter. Dave, what's going on, Dave? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Hit my vape too many times. Now I'm clearing my throat. Gotta watch that. Let's see. Cornut, what's going on, buddy? Oh, you talking? Yeah, Cornut, Bubba had you last Friday with that Caboose super chat. Man, he had you. Really did. Got lots of comments. Oh my goodness, we got super chats up in the house. I gotta get to the super chats, man. Dave says, hit that like. Please hit that like, guys. I was thinking about it. I feel like I don't know about YouTube's algorithm, if it helps so much, but with TikTok and Google, if you watch something enough, they're going to send you more of it regardless of the like, but YouTube is probably different. So if you smash that like, more people are going to see the content. And David, thank you so much, buddy. And then I had another one here from Bubba, another $20 super chat. Bubba, thank you, buddy. What Koslik said, do it now, and Alcorn, smash that like button again. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you for your super chat, and absolutely, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Let's see if I missed anything else crazy. Let's see. Dave Wood, happy Friday, Andy. Happy Friday, Dave. Thank you for tuning in, man. William, hey. Thank God it's Friday with Andy. Thanks for tuning in, Will. Appreciate you, buddy. Let's see. El Fuego, to the topic tonight. He said first kicker product was 2 gold letter 8-inch circa 1990-ish. Still have them. Dude, that is awesome. I need to see those. Send me pictures of those, or just I want to see them. That is awesome, dude. The gold letter kickers are I feel like they're the most famous kicker, man. They really are. Everyone wants them. So, and they're very efficient, and they're awesome, man. I almost grabbed a pair about maybe 8 months ago, and turns out someone else wanted to pay more for them, and I was like, you know what, that's fine. And it turned out to be a person that was in a kicker group of mine, not kicker club, but another kicker group that I moderate. And I sent him over to Kicker Club, and he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, dude, I was about to buy those. I'll let you have them, though. He was like, oh, thanks, man. That's awesome. Local guy, so obviously. A deer never had a kicker build. It's okay, man. It's okay. We're here to help. We are here to help. Let's see. Base Rehab 93. What is up, Andy? Not too much, man. We're just talking about our first kicker gear, or, you know, even if it's just gear, I want to hear about it. That's what we're doing, and having a good time, man. Lamont Drew, my first kicker was in 1992, SS-12 by Stillwater Designs on a Rockford Punch 100 in a 1989 Chevy Corsica. That is awesome. SS-12. I'm trying to remember which one that is. I know it's like the black and red, or maybe even older than that. But that's awesome, dude. And those Rockford amps weren't nothing to mess with either. Random 4400, I never owned a kicker. Haha. Come on, man. It's okay. Jason Stokes, thanks for tuning in. Good evening, Andy. It is a good evening, and good evening to you, sir. Brian Townsend, what's going on, buddy? Paul Harris, what's up? Not much, dude. Just hanging out, dude. Hanging out. Trying to get Cookie Monster done. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Corna says, man, I need up my Patreon contribution. I'm Corey, the dollar Patreon. I figured so much. You didn't have your last name on, or you don't have Cornut, so it's kind of hard to understand sometimes. But I have to look through the emails. Sometimes I can tell who's who without the actual name, but it's okay, man. Your contribution means just as much as someone else's. Really does. SJC says, my first kicker was a Kicker Gold Letter that I put in an Isuzu P-Up. You guys in these gold letters, man, I want to get one so bad just to say I have one and to see what all the hype is about. I know there was some talk, at least Rob and mostly I think Derek wanted the, 50th anniversary to have something to do along the lines of a gold letter kicker. That would be cool. Alright, let's see. I see DIYs in here. What is going, DIY? I got another super chat and I missed it. El Fuego, keep up the great content, Andy. Thank you, man. Thank you. Old school kicker collection was a 1 ZR 120 amp, 3 ZX 460s, 2 Kicker Gold Letter 8s, and 2 Kicker Round Solo Barrack S10Cs. Man, that was the bee's knees back then and still is, dude. And what's cool about those amps is you can put them all together in a line, I believe, at least with the ZRs. Well, the ZR, I don't know about the ZX. I'd have to look into that. Let me know, because I know they had like that one design you could just kind of put them all together, make it look like one big surfboard amp. But that's overkill, man. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome, and thank you for your super chat, dude. I don't know why I didn't see that super chat come up, but it's okay. I'm getting to them. Let's see. William says that he had a Kicker Dual 12s full range box in the 1990s with the Profile California amplifiers. Profile California, I remember seeing those in another Kicker build actually of my friends, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I never heard of that, but that was years ago. And with the full range box, that's literally kind of like what the original Kicker box was, but it didn't have dual 12s. It had the, what was it, the 2 6.5s or 2 6s, and then the passive radiator in the middle, and I think some middlers or tweeters on top of it. But either way, that is awesome. I love their full range stuff. I mean, I don't have anything that old. I have their amphitheaters, call that old, but it sounds beautiful. That's awesome, Will. Basehead 30, bam, kicked it up a notch. Thanks for tuning in, Basehead 30. 25 says, hit it and quit it. With a lot of things, I can understand that. Some things, you gotta keep going, man. Points off my freaking typo. It's okay, Baba. It's okay. Stu said, first Kicker sub I ever bought was an L715 back in 2000. Had a ZR1000 to run it. Dude, that's all the power that sub really needs. And especially back then, that system probably sounded really good. And those amps pushed out the power, dude. I would love to see one on a dyno. I think Derek might have dynoed one. I'm not sure if it was the ZR1000 or not. Aaron T, sup Andy? What's going on, buddy? I work for a local shop now. Kicker gear sells fast. Love it. I believe it does, and that's half of the thing. It's like it's a well-known brand, and people, yeah, I guess you could say it's, you know, more expensive in a way. But when you, that's the thing, like at least with like aquariums and stuff, it's like Fluval's the kicker of that. And it's like, at least I know I might be paying more than a no name or something that I'm not too familiar with, but you know, you're going to get good stuff at the end of the day, and it's almost worth that extra penny. So more people are just going to ante up the money to buy it. That's awesome, man. Thanks for tuning in. Blazed Existence. Thanks for tuning in. 2 S15Ds, Solo Barracks, and 2 ZR360 amps. S15s, those are the original like round 15s. I'm trying to think what the black and red ones, like 98 or something like that, and 2 ZR360 amps, man. I bet you that's all the power you really needed, and that was a lot of power back then. And 215s, you were banging down the street. That's awesome, man. Thanks so much for tuning in and your comment. It's all right, Random 4400. You know, I understand. It's just being here and commenting, and you can like it. It's cool. Thanks for just being here. That's what means a lot. Blake, what's going on, Blake? The only piece of kicker gear I owned was a 10-inch kicker Comp C loaded enclosure that I ended up returning shortly after because it didn't end up being what I wanted. I know with some of the smaller enclosures that Kicker has, like the truck, at least the 2011 ones, I had the 10 and it was for a truck, like a wedge ported box. It didn't need to be ported. It was tuned to the moon, at least for my expectations too. So I feel like, yeah, you almost be better off with like the dual loaded enclosure just to get more, because you're a bass head like me. That's almost better to just get that low end fill that your car is lacking. To expect a lot of bass out of it to rattle your front mirror, it's barely gonna do that. It's not designed in that way. But I'm sorry about your experience with that. Hopefully you could try something bigger. I know you do deal with digital design, but I mean, it's always an option, man. Larry Keller, what's up, buddy? Kicker 2 F6 6x9s. Those are the free air 6x9s, I'm guessing. 4 5.5 5.25 separates, 2 4-inch separates, 6 3/4-inch Mylar square frame tweeters. Got to have the square frame in there. 4 PPI 50x4 subs were 2 10-inch bazooka bass tubes in my 1984 Trans Am in '89. Alpine tape, nice Sony XEC1000 head unit. Man, it sounded like you had a heck of a front stage, and it sounded great. Especially being in the kind of vehicle that it was and the time that it was. That's awesome, dude. And having a tape deck in '89, I wouldn't say that's too far behind the curve. You know what I mean? It's not like they had CDs in cars quite yet, and if they did, it wasn't mass production. So you were right there, man. That is awesome, and nice system. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Baba says, no worries to the Random 4400. Just being here and participating is enough. Absolutely. Just remember to hit that like button. That helps the channel with tweaking the YouTube algorithm. Couldn't have said it better, Baba. Larry also said, my first and only kicker was in the late 80s and early 90s. I think it was the CTF 2/8 2 piezo tweeters with 2 10-inch passive radiators. Nice. I don't know what the CTF stands for. I believe it's one of their models. I'm not super keen on their original older style, like anything 2003 and up, like, or even 2000. I pretty much know to a T as much as I can. But with the older stuff, I'm not too keen on it, but that's why I want to hear about it. That's why it's a topic tonight, so I can just, so I can learn too. SJC says, I did love my woven fiber kicker impulse components. I've never had component speakers. I want to try them. And the impulses, that was late 90s, I believe. That was the black and purple ones. At least the subwoofers, you know. My watch is going off, and I don't know why. Bass Rehab 93 had a Kicker ZR240 in the original Solo Barrack 12. It's long gone. Should have kept that setup. I know I do not have my original Kicker, unfortunately, but I did trade it for the original Solo X that's sitting over here, so it's not too big of a loss. But yes. Dave said, I had a pair of gold letter 10s. Everybody had the gold letters, man. Like, what was your experience with the gold letters? Like, why did you guys love them so much, and why were they so popular? Scott, thanks for tuning in. We just got finished up with the Rolling Thunder. That is Scott Dillbeck. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Jason Stokes, what's up? My first kicker setup, two 15-inch kicker comped RF Punch 500 amp. I traded them for two 12-inch Orion Extreme Series 2. Oh no. I bet you the 215 comps probably were at least maybe louder on less power. But it's okay, man. It's okay. We all make mistakes. I know El Fuego's got a kicker build going on. Current kicker build includes KS 6x9 components up front, KS 6.5 coaxials and rear doors and rear hatch, and the Comp Q15 in the 4Runner. Now that Comp Q15, is that the box you've been asking me a few times of the port and the space and everything? And you're going to run it on the 1000 watt, I think, Rockford Fosgate amp? I think that's what you were deciding between that and something else. I can't wait to see that and hear that, man. Matt Ritchie, what's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, I seen your message. I've been meaning to get back to you. I did read that, and I was like, man, that sucks. Buddy Matt here, he was looking at a 15-inch, I think it was an L5 15 kicker 2000 or 99. It was like one of the very first, black and red. And good deal. I forget how much he was asking for it. And it came with like a seal or a ported box, but he had the port covered, you know, one of those people. And I guess it just, guy just stopped answering. You see it on TikTok, you see it on whatever, on TV and stuff. But just, you know, Facebook Marketplace, man. Sometimes you'll get some awesome deals, and sometimes people will just leave you on red and never answer you again. Thanks for tuning in, man. I'm sorry about that. Lamont Drew, what is going on? Solo X15 quad box would be dope. I know I talked about it, at least even the 12 Solo X quad box, and I don't think it'll ever come to fruition just because it's going to be way too heavy and way too expensive. There's just, you know, it just outweighs what, you know, you could just go and build your own custom enclosure. It'd be cool. It would be cool. Don't get me wrong. 415 quad box, I don't think that's fitting. I don't think that's fitting in a regular trunk. I mean, you could. Let's try the L7R 15s first. We got to work our way up. I want it, and I want it now. Thank you for tuning in, man. Deviant with a super chat. What's going on, buddy? Deviant has arrived. You're welcome. 14.4 volt talk. Absolutely. We got both the dynamic duo in full effect tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your super chat. Let's see. Get me sidetracked with these super chats. I know you guys do it on purpose. Yes. Just me. Thank you for tuning in. The only kicker I got is a IX 1000.1. I got from the junkyard and had to order a new input board. Ooh, kicker support over the phone. Hooked me up. Really great people. Yeah, if they can still get the parts, they can fix the kicker amps. And the price isn't crazy. It's nice, and you're going to get quality stuff. And I remember talking to them about, you know, repairing amps and stuff. That what was it? If you have like an older amplifier, and at some point they upgraded the line to make it better, you know, without changing everything. that if you're sending your amplifier to get repaired, they're going to repair it with the better parts anyway, rather than trying to put in older parts. But if there's like missing boards and stuff, if they still have the board, they can replace it down to the board if they still have the boards. It all comes down to how old it is. And if the parts are readily available, and that's awesome, they got that working for you. Never had the IX, but I heard good things from them, man. Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Jeff Wallace, what is going on, buddy? Hello, Andy supporters. Thank you for tuning in, man. Just Me says, going to run a Type R or 12 in my daughter's car. I love the Alpine Type Rs, man. My 210s were my little monsters. In a prefab ported box, but man, this thing's got down, man. Baba says, with me now having a proper system, I'm worried I'm going to rattle off the new rearview mirror. Remember, I said I wasn't going to go full tilt boogie. Yeah, it's a little too late. It's too easy now. Right. I finally broke my mirror was it last year? Yeah, and I was playing like higher notes or something like that, and it literally broke in a way that was so awkward. I posted it on Facebook when it happened. I'm like, finally, like 10 years later, finally broke. Because everyone's like, how do you still have that? I'm like, just the car's built well. But yeah, it depends, what you want, man. I like being able to see behind me, at least when the bass isn't playing. It works. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of just in the way. You're almost better off at, like, I don't even know, like, having some kind of reverse camera that's a screen not on your windshield. That's the only thing with what we do, man. Just got to turn your head to be able to see anything. All right, let's see. Any other? I know I'm behind. I'm always behind, but it's okay. ZJ, thank you for tuning in, man. 2 10-inch CVRs. Nice choice. I like the Comp VR, CVR, all great. Middle tier and maybe a little bit underrated for sure, man. Larry said they did have CDs head units back in the early 90s. You had to spend some money to get one that didn't skip when you went over bumps. Yeah, I'm sure the anti-skip took a while to get up to 40 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever it is. And I don't even know, like, do they have CD players that just don't skip? Does it keep going, like keep recording and encoding the information more than 60 seconds? Because that was the best I ever had, was 60-second anti-skip. But that's the thing, man. Boss for life. 100%, man. I couldn't agree with you more. Matt Ritchie, I can see you on both Facebook and YouTube. I seen that you commented here as well. I can see both. Was trying to trade for a Trax truck. But yeah, I see all comments from Facebook, YouTube. At least those are the two platforms that I'm streaming on today. And I can see pretty much everything. Choke Change, thanks for tuning in. Solo L7X Quadzilla 10s. Now that might work, but then it's again still the price, and weight still pretty heavy. I don't know how much the L7X's weigh, but I just by looking at it, I'd probably say 60 pounds, give or take. An L7R12 weighs probably like 25, 30 pounds. So you're already doubling the weight. I know that was the thing that they were saying that would have been a problem, is the weight for shipping and just overall cost, like, ZJ says, kicker for the win, best sub ever. ZJ, you're the guy that's got the motorcycle three-wheeler with a system in it, correct? Those are so cool. El Fuego says, I put a system in 94 Mazda pickup with 2 10s and 2 SI50 amps. Those amps were amazing with a crossover EQ plug and modules. Didn't know that SI was for Steve Irby. Right, yeah, that was the first amplifiers. They called them SIs. I want to get my hands on one, man. Samuel Seal, happy Friday. More pizza videos. Lamont Drew, got my son his first system 4 years ago. 2012 Ford Fusion Pioneer NEX 4600. 2 sets of Kicker KX 6x8s. Kicker KX tweeters. Kicker Key 200.4. Kicker CX 1200. And 1 Kicker Comp 12. Man, you guys seem like you got all your bases covered for your lows, your mids, your highs, and just everything. And that's like the perfect system to give to your son or just anybody. And it's going to sound beautiful, and everything's powered right, and I'm sure positioned right, and that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Steve Kelly just finished a Dodge Ram 3500 Mega Cab, 215 QL7s, and a 5 cubic foot sealed enclosure powered by a CX1800. Front is the Key 200.4, being powered by, or powering the 6x9s in the doors and 3.5s in the dash. Can't wait to get it all broke in and get a good tune and see what it hits. I mean, 215s in a truck, 5 cubic sealed with a CX 1800.1. I'm going to say a 43 all day, man, if not more. Depends how much you clamp, but a sealed enclosure is going to have in 5 cubes for 215 squares is on the small side. I think you want around 3 each. So there's that, but it probably peaks a little bit higher, maybe 45, 48 hertz, but it'll get down to, I don't know, mid to low 30s. It'll sound relatively nice. SPL is not really the main driver of that build, obviously, and you have everything that's going to sound good with it too. But that's just my guess on SPL, 142, 143, man. Thanks for tuning in. Stu says Kicker absolutely goes out of their way to take care of customers. They offer a discounted replacement, upgrades if your stuff happens to not be under warranty. I mean, who else does it? Right, that's exactly what I was saying, and it's so cool that they do that. And I think customer service, it doesn't matter, quote, just in general, how bad the product is how good the customer service can be when things do go wrong. And I feel like it makes up for anything. And having a good product and customer service, it's a win-win, man. It's just, we're spoiled here. We really are. Deviants for Life says, this background music reminds me of I ran so far away. You talking about Forrest Gump. I ran a long way. All right, let's see. Blake says he hasn't managed to break his mirror yet, but I feel like it's going to happen in the near future. It depends your vehicle, man, and how it's built and how good of a vehicle really is and how loud. Yeah, loudness has a part in it, but the structural integrity of the vehicle has a lot to do with it. Because I'm beating the crap out of mine, and it was hanging on, man. And then you see a system that's like a 140 and a Honda Civic 95, and the window is flexing like a half an inch. And it's like, how? How is that happening? Meter doesn't lie, but the car parts do. Kicker amplifier, amphitheater for the win. 100%, man. I know I'm really behind on the super chats. You know what? They're not coming up on my little thing. It usually shows the super chats popped up. They're not. So good thing I'm just going right through it like I am. CO Baba. I can't. Corno with a super chat. Thank you, man. Back at my point. Usually it's Baba fighting with Dave. Now Cornut's in the ring, man. This is good. This is good. Thank you guys. You guys are funny. That's so weird. The super chats weren't coming up. See, look, there's another one. Just me. Thank you for your super chat, man. You guys are awesome, man. Holy moly. Holy moly. All right, so I wasn't too far behind, it seems like, unless my internet's just lagging really bad. I have no idea, but I don't think so. No, I'm okay. I'm not too far behind. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I guess let me try to catch up, and then I'll talk about mine. It's not too interesting. It really isn't. Yeah, you better hit me up on Facebook, Dave. I don't know what for, but Jeff Wallace, Andy, smoke a sub for us. Man, if I could get my hands on one, it's already kind of blown and there's no point to keep it. I do have one that's like that, but it's rare. It's a Kicker dual voice coil comp. Try to find one. They only came in the loaded prefabs. So I don't really know if I have anything that I like to blow, because I don't like to blow stuff because there's always use for it. I'm not no person that's like triggered from Whistling Diesel videos where he's just blowing up trucks. Like, I do enjoy it, but at the same time it's like, man, that's sad. The speaker will never play again. And I don't know how to recon stuff quite yet, so, and nor would I want to recon something like that if I'm gonna do it like that. Maybe down the road, but honestly it's not really my I don't really have too much fun in that. I did it one time in a Walmart parking lot. Tyler, it wasn't even me, but I had an amp to blow it, supposedly. Like Koss, or what was it? It wasn't a Boss, it was a Koss, or Cole Audio 5500 on a Kicker 12 from Walmart. I have the video on my live on my old Facebook. I'll have to go look for it. And we didn't have it in the box, and we're just playing lower frequencies and you know, trying to blow the thing. The thing already had coil rub. 5-7 minutes of just playing it on my big amp. The amp put out 1,000 watts. I was probably only clamping like 500 to it or 700 to it. Thing didn't blow. It didn't blow. It didn't blow. We tried to blow it. It didn't blow. It wasn't even smoking. I needed way more power to smoke that thing. But that was about the last time that I intentionally did that. Deviant for life. Andy, you're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. I hope not, man. You know, I have a pretty cheerful attitude on life, and I am grateful for everything. And it's like, that's probably half the reason why I can't sleep at night, because I do enjoy what I do. It stresses me out, but I enjoy it, and it's fun, and that's why I can't sleep at night. But yes, thank you, man. Bob says Kicker for life. Just saying, man. You know, just you got to throw it out there, man. Tell the people, say, wake up. Kicker for a win. Albert Navarro, thank you for tuning in. He says he's watching here in Philippines. Wow, that is awesome. So we are worldwide right now. Thank you for tuning in, man. Steve Kelly, Andy, I want to do two 10-inch L7S in my 22 Blazer, Q Class or S. Oh, here we go again. Hopefully getting my hands on a KXA 1600. I mean, either one. I mean, if you're going with the 10s, I'd go with the S's, since you are going to be running just the 1600.1. Not that the Qs really need that much more power, but it's in a Blazer, and the Blazer is the SUV, correct? At least that's what I remember it as, not a pickup truck, so it's a bigger vehicle. I'd go with the S's. I'm biased with the S's because that's all I got. I've built enclosures for the Qs. I've heard them. They sound great. That's totally on you, man. I feel like either one would be a great option. It's not like you're going to hear a huge difference if you're going to hear one. Totally up to you, man. But if it was me, I would go with the S's. Cole Audio, yes. I don't have that amplifier anymore, but it's still in existence, and someone is still running it today. Wish I never would have gave it away, but I sold it for like $150. I paid like $200 for it. So I got my money's worth out of it, and my longevity. I had it for like 1.5 years or 2 years, but I bought it because my Kenwood 9104D blew up. And it had more power. It said 2500 RMS. Yeah, probably like 1,000. That's it. Fuse for like 160 amps or 140, give or take. Not terrible, but, you know, not great. Not great. Sorry. These headphones make your ears itch a little bit after a while. Cassie, thank you for tuning in. I gotta admit, I'm starting to think I need fur for our cars now. It's a thing, man. It's a thing. We're bringing the 70s and 80s are coming back. We're bringing it, the shag with it. Got to. Lamont Drew, what is your thoughts on the Kicker quad box? Do you think it can float a shirt? In the right vehicle, absolutely. Bigger the vehicle, harder it is going to be able to float something with the same enclosure. I just feel in most situations. With a lot of power, yes, and a light shirt. That is my opinion. It's a 150 build, but let's be realistic here. They're all 7Rs, and there's 4 of them, and they're 12s. And they're 600 RMS subs, so you gotta be, you know, realistic. Honestly, I think it's just an upgraded 212 setup, literally what it is, and you're not having to drive the equipment to be as loud as that, and it's got some more. I know with the 2L7 loaded enclosure I'm about to put together so I can do some more amp dynos. I can finally do the CXA 1800.1, well, CX 1800.1, the 2-ohm version, so I can do that. And that was doing 49s, but on 4,000 watts of power and a hatchback. 49 hertz or 45 hertz, so it wasn't terrible. Yeah, the quad box, if you put even more power to it, sure, it could float a shirt. Sure, absolutely. Where is the third era, says El Fuego. I know he popped up on Rob's channel. I don't know if he's going to be putting out more content, but he is alive. The milk carton flyer, it worked. 25 says at the Mecha Show, Andy is going to trim Cookie Monster. Gotta look classy, yeah. She's already trimmed right now. We got to grow it back. Matt Ritchie, have they announced the date on the new X series? No, they said Q2, Q3. So in my opinion, this summer, middle to end of the summer. Hopefully, it could be sooner. If it's ready, they're gonna just be like, "Hey, it's on the website," or they'll give you a little heads up. I don't know what they're doing exactly, but hopefully this summer. Car Audio Fanatics SPL Addicts with Basshead Brandon. Thank you for tuning in, man. Finally, here live. Tip. What worked for me to stop vaping was by cutting nicotine level in half each week or month, if not in rush to feel healthier. Effective way to motivate is start working out. I wish I had time to work out and motivation to do so. I mean, my work's kind of, that, but not really. I'm not running. But you're right. We did try cutting back on the nicotine level, and then next thing you know, like, we were mixing it to get like half. Next thing you know, we're putting in a little bit more, the one with the nicotine and the one with none, because they don't make 1.5, at least for my stuff. So we just went kind of right back to it. But yeah, man, I smoked cigarettes for so long, so it's just better that I do this, but it's not great. And I know it can burn some energy out of you too, man. It really does. And it makes you feel healthier whenever you quit. I know the feeling, and it's just, whew, one step at a time. Thanks for tuning in, though, man. Glad you made it live. Cornut said, I edited my Patreon contribution because your banner called me out as a $1 patron. I'm sorry. I did not mean for that to happen whatsoever. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I just felt like, I'm like, I could put the different levels, but no one's going to understand the level unless you go and click on Patreon, which is cool and all. But it's like, for the people that are paying more, it's like, here you go, man. You guys are, you're really helping me out here. And it's not like whatever, but yeah, dude, it's awesome. Thank you so much. And I think it is cool to have that little ticker on the bottom, just like I said in the beginning of the podcast, because it's like, I'm going live more than I'm posting out videos, so gotta give you guys something other than just exclusive content. And pretty much just talking and chatting with you. I gotta hook you guys up, man. Appreciate you. SJC said, how funny, I still have a full Cole audio set because I like the look made by Epsilon. Oh, really? I was wondering who pretty much owned them, because I know they're very relevant, or very similar to Soundstream and like Planet Audio and SSL. Oh man. Yeah, I had a tough work week this week, but I was pumped to go live tonight. So we are here. Bobby, it's coming. It's really coming. I promise you. I was thinking about doing it just because it was easier than putting that whole system in the Geo, just to move my laptop over and everything else. But like my car has really been holding me up more than anything, and I need to get that done. And whenever I was doing this last time, I had Tony's help, you know, putting it together, doing it all by myself this time. So it's just, I got to get it done, and I'm doing more than we did the first time, and it's just taking all my time up, and I'm still able to go live, so it works. But I got a few ideas for some smaller videos just to throw out for you guys and just be able to talk on stuff more than just lives. But yeah, Bobby, your amp is coming up, man. It's coming up. DIY Audio Guy says, I thought SSL was made by Boss. They might all, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to know. Deviant says, wait, you can see Patreon peeps? Yeah, right down here, buddy. Look right down there. The Patreon's right there. Look at them. Looking all cute down there. Look at that. Would you just look at that? I can't even. All right, let's see. All right, well, I might as well, because I actually kind of caught up to the comments here. I might as well get to my first kicker. I got it off of, it was used, got off my boy, John Ickes. John, he always had a system like me. I had like Sony Explodes and like dumb stuff. He had the kicker stuff. And he first started out with the 12 that I wound up getting, the 12 L7, dual for the 2008 model. Had the little kickers on the corners of the, you know, the thing. And it was in a sealed box. He later upgraded to an L715, and I think he went, it was the same year. It was the same year model that he got. So he upgraded to the 15, and he kind of had them both running together, and eventually just wanted to sell the 12. And I think I paid $230 for that used 12. I mean, it came with a box. But looking at it now, it's like, John, man, you didn't really give me that good of a deal on that sub. But okay, we'll leave it. We'll leave it there. So, and I had his 12. And I wound up borrowing his 15 for like a week or so. I forget what happened. Something happened with his car, and I was like, dude, let me borrow your sub. I just want to hear it. I had both of them going on the same amp, not wired right, you know, you're young, you're dumb. And it sounded pretty good, but they were both in small sealed enclosures. And so I ran the 12 by itself for a little while, but it never seemed like it was enough bass because I had it on a smaller amp. I never put it on the Kenwood 9104D or 9103D that I had at the time. So I wound up running it together with two Alpine Type R10s, my little monsters. I had them in a few configurations. The best configuration I had, I know it's still wrong, different size subs, different brands, everything else. But I had them in separate chambers, the two 10s and the 12, all in a sealed enclosure, all firing back. On a wood floor, bolted down, dyno matted on 1 amp. Wired weird, just to get it working. Or no, 2 amps. It was 2 amps because the two 10s were on the Kenwood and the L712 was on a Audio Bond 400.1, whatever the model level was at. It had the little, you know, VU meters that Derek loves and all that kind of fancy stuff. It was nice. That 12 never seen enough power. The kicker. But it sounded good as a whole with all of them together. And I ran that system for a long time until, well, my ex kind of flipped my car. So everything survived. Booked that out and put it in my clips. And had that for maybe 4 months. And that's when I ran into Nate Brink and traded for that Solo X18. All of it. Didn't mean for it to be an exact trade. It was just a swap because I wanted to try his 18. And here's collateral. Plus, I'll hook you up. You'll be louder than you were before with the small Sony 600 watt amp. And that's how I inherited the Solo X. So I kind of lost my first kicker sub, but I gained that. And it kind of turned me into a kicker lover. Like, holy moly, like this thing is huge. This is the Solo X. This is the big boy. I need to put more power onto this thing. And That's it. DJ Ain't Loud, what's going on, man? Yeah, I felt like I'd just tell you the little story there. I mean, it wasn't too interesting, but, you know, enough. Nothing new is coming, Deviant says. It's coming. It's coming. I know, I get annoyed about the release dates, but, I mean, not everyone watches The Unmasked like we do every week. So you don't really know when it's going to come out. Let's see. Well, it's a good thing you never smoke, DIY. You don't want to, man. Not at all. Let's see. Oh, I'm really... Boss and cost for the win. 100% 25. Cost makes good stuff. I mean, it didn't blow up. Awesome, I think. Yeah, let's see. Deviant says, yo, didn't see the crawler. I'm on my phone, had to go horizontal, but I see the Patrons. Y'all see it. Buck Right, 2 live streams a week, chat interaction, other vids. Check it out. Thank you, Deviant, for your public service announcement. Thank you, man. And so that you can't see it on the landscape. I'm gonna have to look into that. I thought I saw it on my phone, but I was on StreamYard, so I wasn't on YouTube. I'll have to go double check that. But it should be down there on the bottom, just like how Kicker does it. I figured that's something nice for you guys. Let's see. Cool. Well, if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, I mean, I feel like we always get a little stagnant around this point, and then, like, once I'm about to end the stream, everyone's got all these questions. So let's just pretend it's the end of the stream, and you guys got a lot of questions. Can't. Everyone's going after DIY in the comment section. I don't know why, but I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Stu, remember the Radio Shack brand? What was the name? Seems like it started with an O. No, that's not it. Wasn't Orion. I don't know. Optimus. Might be it. Sounds right. DIY guy does make excellent videos. It's like, I wouldn't say 4K, but it's very good resolution. Everything's on time. Colors are there. Gets to the point. Text, everything, man. He does awesome work. Realistic. What, the brand? I've heard of that brand. Optimus. 25 says, Andy, you working during Kicker Rig Tuesdays? No, I have off. I sit at home, sometimes with the family, sometimes they're just running around being crazy. Yeah, I call off for the Tuesdays. Just so that, now I do the audio checks to make sure everything's good, and so I can sit there and watch and not miss a thing. That's how I'll start. O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Yeah, Realistic Speakers. Yeah, I've heard of the brand. It's like home audio stuff, and yeah, I've heard of it. Got you guys triggered, sorry. It's catchy. Let's see, I had the Optimus amp, Stereo Shop. Alright, Deviant. Deviant's giving Cassie the wink right there. Woo! It's getting hot in here. Oh man. Oh, just knocked the mic over. Way to go, Miguel. Okay. Bobby B! Ain't he gonna wear full kicker gear to the Mecha show on Sunday? You know it, man. Just to make them mad. I love it. Sometimes I wear the Team SP Loud stuff. Sometimes I wear a kicker, and it's like either one. It's like one and the same for me. But I don't know. That's why, like, I do have a Team SP Loud shirt. It's over there. It has kicker, Ohio Gen, JY Power, all my sponsors or whatever you want to call them. And it's just cool to wear that because it's kind of everything, and it's got my name, you know, everything. I don't know if I'm going to wear that or not, or just some kicker gear. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Depends on the weather too. We'll see. We'll see. Most likely though, because it's like, you know, they kind of come to know me as the kicker guy. I mean, like, at least for the Mecha, like, locally around here, you know, they already know. Andy Sub. Oh, the realistic sub. Maybe, is that what you're talking about? Blake, Andy, I don't know if you talked about it before, but do you have much in the way of home audio stuff? No, not at all, man. I used to have, well, I got some Giga speakers with the tubes and everything. Like, I don't have nothing crazy. I really don't. When I was younger, I had nice stuff, boom boxes, you know, as a kid. But I never really veered to the home audio. Like, I got some JBL subwoofers with powered subwoofers and a KLH or whatever the fancy brand is that I got from people that just didn't want them. I don't have anything to really hook them up to, and my kids are nuts. So, in due time, and I know I was talking about it with Dean and Rob, so I'll probably just do maybe 12-volt equipment, but not the amplifier and stuff, you know, like home audio for like the sound in a way, like the receivers, but not the speakers, like use some kicker components and like kicker subwoofers and, you know, just learn about it. But yeah, I have nothing really. I have a Vizio 5.1 for my home theater. It works. It works. It's terrible, but it works. Oh, you meant you. You're gonna wear a kicker. You better wear a kicker, Bobby. What do you? Was that a real question? Was that a real question? I gotta turn my brightness down on the computer here. Let's see. Big boy. My first kickers were the first XPL. Oh, okay. The XPL, were those the ones like the Mohawk ones? I think with the inverted dust cap. Brew. Yep. Been running kicker ever since. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for tuning in, man. I love hearing your guys' stories. Lamont says, I am full of questions. 2008 Ford Expedition XLT 4-scar SDR18s on 4-scar RP800s. Or would you do 2 Sundown X18 V3s or just wait on Solo X? Well, Solo X is around the corner. I know that. I feel like the 4-scar SDR18s are going to be a lot more efficient, especially with an 800.1 wire on each. That's all the power you're going to need. Clamping around 2K, give or take, on all of them, and it's going to sound great. Or 2 Sundown X18s, where you're going to have less cone area, more displacement, but you're going to need more power, and you just less bore and stroke, or more stroke, less bore, if that makes sense. So I would go with just the 4-scar SDR18s if you're just trying to make more sound. But if you want to sound better in a way, you know, I don't know. There's ways to look at it. You know, it's like, well, I want this type of sound from this woofer. It's going to take more, but it's going to sound better. It's going to have more. I don't know. You know, it's just that feeling. It's just like, okay, the X's are going to just sound better, but you're going to have to put a lot more power to them. The SDRs, they're the bottom of the barrel. Really are. But for what it is, it works. You can go with the X's, man, but again, you're going to need some power for them too. Maybe not as much as the X18s, or maybe around the same. I don't know. I would say around 70% of it, you know, like for the amount of output, because Kicker, they make efficient balanced woofers. Not saying Sundown isn't, but the X's, I would say more of a long throw woofer, even more so. So yeah, I don't know. That's tough, man. That's a tough decision. SJC, Andy, head units you have owned throughout the years? Not many. I'm Mr. Stock Radio for a long time. A lot of cars. But I started out with the dual, the slide down flip out, the pull out flip out screen DVD dual, both junk. After that, Alpine, I still have it. I use it for my amp dynos. It's still lasting. And my Kenwood that I traded for 2 Boss 12s, the shallows, and a sealed box. As a Kenwood, I forget what it's called. Oh, it's just a regular touchscreen Kenwood 4-volt pre-out, about 5 years old. It's nice. It works. No CarPlay or anything fancy like that. And that is, well, other than the new duals that are with the 4-speaker combo kit, I really haven't had that many head units. I do have one that actually came from my future father-in-law. It is what is it? Is it a JVC? I think it's a JVC. It's got all different fancy colors. Yeah, it's a JVC, but it's got all kind of stuff where it's like, what is it? The positioning of the sound of left or right, which is nice, I guess. In some applications, sometimes I feel like it skews everything. But it's got every accessible, passband, crossover you'd ever want. That's nice. And that's it. It's literally it. So, stock head unit in Kayla's car for now. She wants CarPlay. That's, the USB one, or not the USB, the wireless, Bluetooth, CarPlay. She wants that. So, and that's going to be expensive. And it's like, well, that's her daily. And it's going to be like the nice build. So, whenever I have the money to do so, I'll go and do that and get her a nice head unit. Right now it's stock. And same thing with the Pilot. Pilot, I am not touching. That head unit is like this tall. Unless I'm putting a 12-inch tablet, it is not coming out. That's about it, man. Yeah, he also said, I plan on making an active 3-way bookshelf speaker with DD A-series components. Right. That's kind of what I want to do in Dayton amp ports. Exactly. Scott says the SDRs aren't that great. In my opinion, the 2X would crush the SDRs, especially on the lows. Right. But then it's like, what can the speaker do? One, just physically. How big is the enclosure? How much power does he have and want to put onto it? Right. But with the whole stroke, right, you're just moving more. And how the woofer reacts. I need to try that 18. I feel like looking at the how small parameters with a low FS of like 26 hertz or something on that Scar 18, that's pretty nice. Kind of giving you an idea that it would like to play lows, so you can't check it off too fast. Is it going to sound as authoritative? Probably not. I think authoritative is the key word on like drivers that are, need more power, but they got more throw and whatever, and it sounds more authoritative, rather than a boomy and like, okay, it plays low, but it's not really authoritative. I feel like that's a good word, because there is no real way to decipher this stuff. 25 says, is Big D going to be the next Kicker Rigged Tuesday's guest? Yes, he is, and they're going to do, I think they said it, yeah, live amp dynos. You guys are going to be excited. I know there was one guy, forget everyone's name, but he kept asking about the one amp that he wants to get dynoed, and that's going to be one of them, so there we go. Don't know if you're tuned in or not, but you're going to be happy. You've been asking about it. I couldn't get to it. Tried. I did try. I really tried. Deviant for Life says, Andy is a Walmart legend. 100%, man. I walk into Walmart, I'm like, oh, look, there's that Andy guy. Look at that. Yeah. All that Kicker stuff, man. It's great. Walmart gear, top notch, man. Telling you. I do want to do an SPL build with Walmart gear. I think that'd be cool. Something to actually put into the lanes. Maybe not this year. We'll see. Time, money. But I would like to do it. To be like, yeah, man, check out these, Jensens. I know Parker did it with Jensens and stuff, but he just had a really big box and threw a crap ton of power to it. It's going to be loud. How about efficient? Actually compete in a class. Be like, well, it doesn't say competition on it, does it? So I guess it's not a competition woofer. You know how those people are. Matt says, I know you're a kicker nut. Hey, but how do you feel about the JLW7? Love it, man. Love it. I know I seen a post today on Kicker Club about the W7 versus the Q. And, yeah, man, I feel like the W7 is an even more SQ-oriented woofer. And someone, very good idea, someone brought up the W6 as a comparison, and I feel like that is better because I feel like JL, not just generally speaking, they veer more to sound quality. And Kicker doesn't veer one way more than the other. Each product does, kind of, but they're balanced. They're in the middle. They always have been. There's, you know, every brand has their thing, what they do. Different tiers of that brand, what it does. I feel like the W7 is a W7, man. It is a sound quality woofer, and it's just awesome, man. It's awesome. I had to recone one, not recone it, but refoam it, and pretty much redo the whole dust cap and the surround and line it up. It's fun. Let me tell you. Let's see. Scott says, I wasn't crossing off the X. I was meaning for available. Right, they're not available right now, and only 2000 RMS do full output at RMS. And what only two are the X's? Yeah, they're both 2000 RMS. The Solo X and the Sundown X. Jaquan, thanks for tuning in, man. Check out on the bottom there. You see your name? Right there. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Look at that. Yeah, there it goes. Thanks for tuning in, man. All right, DIY guy. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Thanks for sticking around for a while there. Thank you, man. See you next time. Steve Barber, what's going on, man? Thank you for tuning in. How's the build coming? Your first kicker was a Solo Barrack circa 96-ish. I'm gonna have to look up these circas. I keep hearing about them tonight. $25. How did you bust your subs? What do you mean, sir? Stu's post. Yes, on Kicker Club. That was my post. Damn sure got opinions. Right. Right. All right, Paul, thank you for hanging in. I know we're about to wrap it up here anyway. Everyone's dipping, and it's a perfect time. We went over that 1 hour mark, and of course, we're going to be live again Tuesday, you know, after the Unmasked show. I was going to go longer tonight, but I want people to be able to walk in here and be like, okay, I want to sit here for an hour, watch Andy, and then I'm going to go do something else. And I feel like that's a lot better than doing, like, you know, 4 or 5 hour podcasts. Those are great. Those are great. Don't get me wrong. I like those too. At least for me. At least for me. Bubba says, hope I got a good set of 12-inch Kicker Comp RTs. Read an article about an older batch before January 21 having manufacturer defects. Send a prayer for me so I don't end up doing an RMA when they blow. Right. Well, just check it out ahead of time. What is the manufacturer defect? And you can actually contact Kicker. Just contact their tech support and let them know what model you have, because I think there should be a specific serial number. I'd have to double check on that to see if it would have it, like if they would have like a recall on it or something. But either way, just to see what you're looking out for, to see if maybe you could just do it ahead of time, just so it's in your mind that nothing's going to happen now. I didn't know about that, but yeah, man, let me know. Jaquan. I see this. I don't even know. Which Scar product will you compare the L7 Q Class or Solo Barrack? Oh, I don't know if there's anything, man. I think it's on a different level. Definitely is. I would compare if there was anything because I don't have too many Scar products or actually mess with too many. I built a wall for one, but that was it. Just one. A box for a single 12 with a Scar. I think it was the, what was it? VXF? VXF and something else. Step below it. ZVX? No, that's not, no. No, that's Scar. I don't know. God. One of them. Anyway, what would I compare the L7Q class or Solo Bear, the squares? Man, I don't even know. It's on a different, it's apples and oranges on that one, man. Honestly, I would compare the SDR series to like a Kicker comp in a way, with performance and just specs and kind of price too, but they're even cheaper than the Kicker comps. But you know, how good are they? How good are the parts? How long are they going to last? Comes down to that, man. I don't think there's anything that I could even compare the two, because if you put price to price, you're looking at a different type of animal. You're looking at a Porsche versus a street racer. Two different things, man. Circa means estimated year. What? I just learned something today. Steve says, gonna get to it Sunday. Hopefully time to get windshield welded in. Damn. Welding the windshield, you know. You know you're getting loud, man. Oh, man. You know, I did not know that, and I don't know everything. I really don't, man. And I'm pretty good with, like, vocabulary and, you know, grammar and stuff. And, well, I didn't know that. It's okay. It's okay. It's not like I was on live TV or anything. Okay. Brian Towns finally comes out with it. He's like, okay, I've been watching this the whole time. Now I'm going to tell him. My first kicker build was 1992 with two gold letter 12s powered by an Orion Z2 to the 2150. That's awesome, man. It sounds like some nostalgic stuff right there. 100%. I want to get them gold letters, man. You guys are driving me crazy with them. SJC, Andy, you have to get a high-end CD, then bump Cookie Monster. See if anti-skip, see how long it works. It has a CD player. My head unit's not that new. It has a CD player still. It just popped up. Didn't realize you were on an hour already. Yeah, I always start at 10 o'clock Eastern, so 7 for you, right after the Rolling Thunder. Pretty much both times, because usually Unmasked ends at 10, so a little after that. The screen is hard to read. Well, that's why you got to get a bigger phone. No, I'm just kidding. You can watch it on a TV. I mean, that works. You know? I did have this right here too. I already watched it. Oh, can you read it now, Deviant? Can you read it now? The Patreons. Deviant for Life, El Fuego, James, Jaquan, Baba, Dean, Dean B, not the other, not Dean. High Five Vega, Jeff Wallace, David, well Dave, Kevin, Ashley, Bobby, Cornut, William, Mike, John, Shane, and Blake. See, look at that. Can you see it now? Can you see it now, Deviant? No, appreciate all you guys, man. Just need to check the boxes and check the manufacturer dates. Just rather not look and gamble. Right. 25, your preferred sub after kicker. I love Alpine, man. I love Alpine, the older Alpines. I have a lot. I've had a lot of name brand stuff, like mainstream stuff. There we go. Alpine, JL, Rockford, you know, the normals. Honestly, they're all really good. I haven't really messed with Sundown enough to praise them or knock them. Same thing with Scar, but I've seen a lot with the lanes and other people and expectations with every brand. I don't know, man. I'm pretty set on kicker, but I like trying other things because science. All right, let's see. Randy G, thank you for tuning in. My first kicker build was a band pass with 2 free F6.5. So those free airs again. That's awesome, man. I wanted to get, I almost grabbed a pair of something like that. I think they were the 8s or 10s, whatever they were. I wanted to do doors, but I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do that with the kind of build that I have with a lot of bass, and I don't want to blow them by mistake, because where are you going to get another one? You're not. But I definitely want to get a pair of those, man. ASS, thanks for tuning in. That doesn't spell anything else than ASS. Thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you, buddy. We need a new nickname for him because we can't call him ASS. We cannot. I like Audio Systems Specialist. That is his YouTube name, but he needs a nickname. Everybody has a nickname. Need a nickname. I did use commas. They're there. That was the first. Listen. You know what? You're getting real nitpicky and you're making me upset. Whenever I did this ticker on the bottom, I did forget to put commas. I was like, oh, this needs some commas, man. But yeah, that one I did not. Sorry. Sandy! We love you, Sandy. Thank you for tuning in. Gotta let me know about that stuff, man. We need to get that kicker club going. The merch. Man. Need to do it. I need to do a lot of things too. I'm behind on stuff, you know. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's fine. I'm just excited for it. I really am. Let's see. Andy, got anything to trade for my kicker gold letter 8s? Money. I hate trading anything because it's like I feel like you get a good deal, but you're always missing the other thing. Like how I got my L515, I did trade for 2 Audiobond 12s, the Flame series, and I kind of miss the Audiobonds, but I love the L515 kicker, man. It's great. It's one of my a lot of the amp dynos you've seen. I was using that. It's been a daily in the Volvo. It's a daily in Kayla's car right now. While these 12s are as a 4-channel reactive load. Love it, but I do miss, I hate trading stuff. I don't want to take your stuff, El Fuego. I can't do that to you, man. But when the time is right, opportunities there, definitely. Sandy, let's chat on Monday. I have an update for you. Awesome. I will contact you Monday. Thank you so much. I'm excited. Dub Team, I had the Kicker 07 dual CVR 12. So that would be the loaded enclosures. Yes, 2 CVRs and a Kicker ported box. Yes, that thing got loud. Especially the CVRs, man. Those are the ones, the 07s, around the silver. They were, I think that's silver still. 08 is when they turned black, I think. Either way, bang, man. Absolutely. Love that box, too. There we go. Well, he has a nickname idea. Let's merge the name. Use Kanga. That's paired with my other channel, Kanga Empire. I like Kanga. I'm just going to have to remember that. I remember hearing that before. I'm going to have to remember that. Kanga. He is known as Kanga from now on. Chance, thank you for tuning in, buddy. My first Kicker Comp VR 8-inch that I got new in 2004. That's awesome, dude. Especially a little guy too. They're cute, man. I want to get like a Kicker. What is it? I think the smallest, lowest levels is. I have the 8 over here, but it's the RT, the Comp RT, or yeah, it's Comp RT. No, it's the Comp. It's a Comp. Yeah, it's a Comp RT. Yeah, it's not the L7T. It's not the 8-inch L7T. It's the Comp RT. I have that, but it's a shallow mount. I would like a regular, 8-inch. That's a full regular motor. Subwoofer, absolutely. Man, I am really behind on these comments, aren't I? Let's see. Samuel Seal. I just joined Andy's Patreon. It's $5 a month. That's only like 15 cents a day. Thank you, man. Thanks for joining, dude. That's awesome. Thank you. Now I'm going to have to update this list, aren't I? Thanks so much, man. Scott says, I have that loaded Kicker CVR 212 box. It slams. Right, man. And I think that thing's tuned, what, 36 hertz, give or take, or around there, 34, 36. Gets down, dude. And it's built well. It's strong. Lamont says, I currently have a 2015 Kia Optima SX factory radio with a Kicker 48 dual CWR 12 to them on a Jensen XDA91RB. Not near the RMS what they take, but really does sound good also. Also have a Chrysler 300C with a Kicker. Nice. I like the Chryslers and stuff. Kia Optimas, that's the four-door sedan. SX, that's a nice one. And factory radio, might as well keep it. Factory integration with the 48, that's the newest dual CWR. Hold on, CWR, I should know this. It's not the comp, is it? Comp dual loaded enclosure 2 I'm gonna have to look into that. But either way, it's the 212 dual loaded enclosure. That's awesome, the brand new one. That is awesome, man. Enough spotlight. Thank you. Really like your production value here. Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Let's see. About 2 minutes behind. That's not too bad. We're there-ish. Updated the list with commas. 34 hertz tune box, braced box also. Right. Very good box. Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm caught up. I'm in. All right. Awesome. I think we're good here. Really. We went over, but we had fun. I feel like I got all your guys' comments and stuff and about your first Kicker build, and we kind of went over pretty much everything and just hung out and had a good time like we always do. Absolutely, man. Awesome, dude. Steve Kelly, good night, man. You too, and the Kicker family. Absolutely. Well, let me get this ready for the rollout. You know how we do. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll try to keep you guys that are on the Patreon list, let you guys know next video, but I'm going to try to get some shots of Cookie Monster when I'm doing with that. But as always, everyone, try to have a good weekend and stay safe. Enjoy the nice weather that's coming. Spend some time with your family and your kids. Give them a hug. And as always, stay living loud, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. Cornut, you will always be the caboose. But Bubba, he ain't having it. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next time.